This is Voice of Wisdom calling, providing answers to timeless questions, dissecting prophetical books, and reconciling humanity back to nature. The question we have today says, was the 7 days of creation week 7 literal days? Was the 7 days of the creation week 7 literal days? The answers are derived from the scriptures to answer this question, so that it be not like we are insinuating things or making up answers for these things. We are going to take our reading from the book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 2, and it says, "And in the 7th day Elohim completed his work which he had done, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had done." It's all about Elohim's work. It was Elohim working, not man. Let's see another place, 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 8. "But beloved ones, let not this one matter be hidden from you, that with Yahweh 1 day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as 1 day." Psalm 90 verse 4. "For 1,000 years in your eyes are like yesterday that has passed, or like a watch in the night." You see what we're saying? In creation, it was Elohim working. He walked in his own 7 days. First day, second day, third day. Elohim walked according to his own time frame. His 1 day equals to our own 1,000 years, literally, as we have read from the scriptures. It was not man that was walking, it was Elohim walking in his own timing. Let us see it this way. There's a saying that goes that time does not move, but it is we that are moving. So if it is we that are moving, we move according to our own pace. We move according to our own timing. If I am walking to Oriakwa here in Abreba, my strides to Oriakwa cannot be the same with that of a small baby or an insect. If it takes me 30 minutes to go to Oriakwa in my own strides, it may take a little puppy 1 whole week to reach Oriakwa. So time is according to our level of life. Let us take another instance. In the plant kingdom, when we plant smaller plants like maize, it takes 4 days and it sprouts. And in 3 months' time, the life has expired. It is eaten and gone. If you plant a palm kernel, it may take longer to sprout and also live longer. A palm tree can even outlive the planter because it may live up to 60, 70 years. The archer tree we have here in Abreba may have lived up to 400 years and is still standing. So time means different things to different creatures according to their level of life. Even when you come to animal kingdom, the time of gestation shows you their level of life. Some, it takes them a small time to reproduce, some it takes them longer time to reproduce, according to their level of life. Now back to where we were reading. We are told that Elohim walked 7 days. And here people expect that his 7 days is our 7 literal days of Sunday to Saturday. It cannot be the same time frame because our level of life is not the same as Elohim, the Creator. He made all things in his 7 days. Now let's take another instance. We read from the book of Genesis in chapter 1 that the sun was made in the 4th day. If he made the sun in the 4th day, what then was he using to count his days? Meaning that he was not using our sun to count his days. Therefore, it was his own timing that he was using. He gave us the sun to count days for us humans, to count time for the creature that he has made, and it was not his own timing. So, if he made these things in 7 days, let us take it that the first day of creation is man's literal 1,000 years. The second day of creation is man's literal 1,000 years. In other words, his 7 days of creation could have been man's 7,000 literal years. So that should answer our question whether everything that was made in our own 7 literal days. Our 1 day is just 24 hours. And when we have our 1 day to work, by the time we do 1 or 2 things, the day is over. So did Yahweh make all these things in that one short time? No. It was in his own timing. It was in his own timing. But time with him cannot be the same thing with us. That explains the time. That explains the reason why sometimes we think that he is late, when he is working with his own timing. We only need to be patient. Understanding these things makes it clearer to us, so that when we hear the scientists make their bogus claim of finding things that have existed many years, thousands of years, millions of years, we are not troubled, knowing that these times we're talking about have been the same. Because in a period of 1,000 years, a lot of things could evolve. A lot of things could evolve. Let's take a look how life was here on earth 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, there was no electricity. There was no science and technology was at the barest. People didn't have telephone, not to talk of having these handsets. These things were not here. We didn't have radios, televisions, and all what you can see. So within a period of 1,000 years, a lot has evolved. So that if somebody says that all these things evolved in Yahweh's 1 day, it will be very, very understandable. So, having said all this,